morning everyone and welcome. I am bringing you chair yoga today. This is a class that I did a few weeks before we had to stop going into the gym, and I had a lot of comments saying I've never heard of chair yoga before, I've never done it, and a lot of positive feedback. So I wanted to make sure that it was available for you to do at home. It is for every level. It's a nice stretch. Good things to also keep in mind when we're able to travel again as well and stuck on planes and cars. These moves that you can do seated can really help loosen you up wherever you are. Ideally, you have a nice standard chair that allows your feet to touch the ground. Mine are a little bit higher, almost bar stool height, so I've put some blocks underneath my feet. If you've got books, you can use those as well. Anything really, just to make sure that your knees are in a 90-degree angle so that we're not having to hold onto those hip flexors if the feet are too low away from us. We're gonna start seated on our chair, and you wanna come towards the front edge so that your back isn't touching the back of the chair. That way your core has to hold you in as we get ourselves set up here. So take a moment to close your eyes, feel the sits bones nice and heavy, and then start to lengthen your spine, growing taller, the head floating all the way up into the sky. And the shoulders, the arms are heavy down away from the ears. Once we've stacked, we come to our breath. Inhaling down into the belly. On your exhale, sit up even taller, finding more length in the torso. Inhale to the belly. Exhale, grow tall. We're going to start with the neck. You're going to drop your chin down into your chest. And then roll your left ear over to your left shoulder. Back into the chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Through center. Over to the left. Through center. And over to the right. We're going to keep our ear over to the right. Make sure our shoulders are dropped down. You're going to take that left hand and reach down and grab onto the bottom of your chair. So that's already going to create some traction here for our shoulder to be pulled down. And then you're just going to start to kind of lean away from that arm. And that's going to lengthen and track the muscles even further, even more. Feeling free to close the eyes here. I'm just going to take 3 deep breaths. Making sure the breath is still going into the belly. And then we're going to start to floss. So that means looking up into the sky and then down to the ground while keeping your right ear over to your right shoulder. Up into the sky. And then down to the ground. Up into the sky. And down to the ground. You release your hand first, bring your chin into your chest, and then roll on up. We're going to be taking the chin back down to the chest, rolling it over to the left side, holding it there. Taking that right hand, reaching down, grabbing onto the bottom of the chair, making sure that the collarbone is opening up nice and wide. And then once you get all set up, you can start to lean away from that hand that's holding on. And close your eyes, we'll take 3 deep breaths. And then we'll start to floss. You can look up into the sky and then down to the ground. Up into the sky and down to the ground. Always want to release the hand first and then roll the chin into the chest. And then this time we're going to take our eyes all the way up to the sky and all the way back down. All the way up into the sky and back down. Up into the sky, through center. We're going to be taking our eyes around to the right side. We're going to allow our torso to follow. You can bring your left hand to the outside of your thigh, and you might bring that right hand to the back of your chair or to the opposite side of your chair into your twist. Keeping yourself tall no matter where you are. Inhaling into the belly. Exhale. Twist a little bit further. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, you'll notice hips and knees are still pointing forward, not wrapping around with you. One more breath. Our eyes guide us out, so the eyes look forward, and then you'll release from your twist. Take a few moments here, roll out the shoulders. Eyes are going to be looking to the left, torso will follow. Right hand might come to the outside of the thigh. The left hand can reach back, find the back of the chair, wherever feels comfortable and safe for you, keeping both knees pointing forward. Inhaling, find your leg. Exhale, twist a little bit further. One more breath. Eyes guide us forward, and you come on out. This time we reach those arms out and up. Exhale through center. Inhale, reach out and up. Exhale through center. Inhale, reach out and up. Arms are going to open up out to the sides and come down to the thighs, and you're going to start to lean forward. So you want to find where you're comfortable here. Some of us might just be coming forward to our hands or to our elbows. Some might be dropping all the way down to the ground. I like to bring my hands down either to the blocks or to the ground. Relax the neck wherever you are. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to roll up. Inhale, reach those arms out and up into the sky. Twisting over to the left and diving over that leg. So depending on your twists here, you might come all the way to the outside of your knee, or you might just be centered over that knee. Go where feels best for you. You can use the chair to press or hold. Drop the head, 3 deep breaths. Making sure that right sits bone is really anchored down and not lifting off the chair. We swing our torsos to the center. Engage the cords to roll on up. Inhale, reach those arms out and up. We'll twist over the right leg and dive on down. Relaxing the neck. Once you've found your twist, we'll take 3 deep breaths. ourselves to center and rolling on it. We'll be opening the legs out nice and wide here. You want to go as wide as you possibly can. If you don't have anything under your feet, it's nice and easy to do. If you've got blocks or books, make sure that they're going with you. Get them nice and wide, and you're still on the edge of your chair. That way you can kind of lean forward and press into your thighs. You want to have a nice open inner thigh here. Engaged core, long spine. We're going to be twisting, dropping the right shoulder down. Through center and twist to the opposite direction. Through center and twist. To center and twist. Coming to center, keep those legs open. Now this is active. I don't want you to let those knees flop. Actually turn on the muscles that would help rotate your hips. Arms are gonna come up here and rotate your pinkies forward. Goddess position here. Press those heels down into the ground. Keep those inner thighs stretching. Deep breath into the belly. One more inhale. Exhale, feel the shoulder blades glide down your back. On this next one, open those arms. Inhale. Big, wide open chest. And exhale. Relax. The knees will be coming together. So we'll be bringing them back in. I like to have my blocks touching for this next one. So if you've got books or anything, bring them nice and close together. So you have a nice sturdy landing. We're going to be bringing our left ankle up and over onto our right thigh. So this is just a modified pigeon or a figure 4. Making sure our knee and ankle are trying to be as parallel as they can. Flex the foot to activate. You can kind of sit here for a second, see how that feels. Both sits bones firmly planted down into the chair. And then you might choose to start to lean forward over your legs. Maybe the elbows will come down. If you're nice and flexible, you might start to actually release your arms in front of your leg, bringing them down to the ground or onto a block, and relax the head. More deep breaths here. And we're going to take a little half lift. So half lift is just like you're straightening your spine out. And we're going to be twisting, so making sure the core is in nice and tight. Bringing the left hand up and over. This is why that foot wants to be flexed to that left foot. So we're starting to twist in this position. If you can take your elbow down into your foot and come into prayer position, pressing your hands together. If your arm reaches just to your forearm or to your hand with a flat spine, you can take your other hand, your right hand, and reach back, even grab onto the chair if it's available, or just lift the arm up and out at an angle. We'll take one more breath here. Eyes guide you out of the twist. You sit up, and we're coming into eagle. So we're going to be wrapping the leg all the way up and over and squeezing our ankles together, or wrapping the toe around the ankle for the full bind. Reach your arms out to the side. Make sure the shoulders are down, nice and low. Left arm's going to be coming underneath the right. You might be hugging, pressing, or full wrap. Inhale, lift the fingertips or elbows up into the sky. And exhale. elbows tap the knees. Breathe here, deep breath. Rolling it up. Opening those arms out. Uncrossing your legs. Big inhale, reach her up. Exhale, let them drop. Right ankle, left thigh. Sitting yourself up, both sits bones, flexed foot, knee is heavy. Allowing yourself to just get used to this position here. And then you might start to lean forward. Maybe coming to your elbows. Possibly even further, hands down to the ground or down to your blocks. Three deep breaths. Taking your half lift to find your flat back, core in nice and tight. Once you've found your flat back, start that twist. So you can either bring forearm or hand to that flexed foot, and then left arm reaching around to the back of the chair, up at an angle. If you can, elbow comes to foot, hands to prayer, press and breathe. Eyes guide you out of the twist. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll be looping that foot all the way over. Either just squeezing everything into the center line or wrapping your toe around your ankle. Trying to get both sits bones firmly planted down into that chair. Reach the arms out in a T position. Roll the shoulders down and back, sitting up nice and tall. And then you're going to be bringing that left arm up and over the right. And you can hug, you can wrap. We'll be lifting those shoulders, elbows, fingers up into the sky, and then leaning forward. Relaxing the head, deep breath. Rolling on up, nice and tall, long spine. Opening the arms out, unlooping the legs. I like to do a little shake, a little side to side action, loosen things up, and then we'll be coming to a standing position. So in this standing position, I like to have the lower portion of the chair facing me. Some of us might choose to do this on couches, anything really that's going to allow you to lift your foot up on it comfortably and still have something to hold on to for balance. So we're going to start. Right leg will go ahead and extend out and up onto the chair. And we want to keep our hips square. So a lot of times once you lift that right leg up, you'll notice the right hip will jut forward and up to try to help that hamstring not actually have to lengthen. So continue to pull it back to keep the hips square. Drop that hip down into place and pull up through the core. Then from there you might choose to lean forward. So you want to still pull that right hip back, and you might bring your hands down onto the chair. You can even reach for the back of your couch or your chair. Letting the forehead drop down towards the knee. We'll take 3 deep breaths. And we'll be rolling on up and releasing the leg down to head to the left side. So we'll be extending the left leg out now. Making sure that that left hip is down, pulling back. And then once you're there, you can start to lean forward. And slowly rolling on up. Another figure 4 stretch. Right leg will be coming up and you'll be dropping it down into that 90-degree angle. Once again, if you're super flexible, you can come up to the back of your chair and use the height. We're going to be leaning forward from here if you'd like or can. Hands can come down or reach forward. We'll head to the other side. Setting ourselves up. And possibly leaning forward. And coming on up. Using it just for balance here, we'll be taking our modified dancer and reach down, grab onto a foot. Make sure that the knees are squeezed together. Hips are still stacked, pulling down. If you're someone who would like to go into dancer today, you can just flip your grip. So then your palm will be against your big toe instead of against your pinky toe. And then you can start to kick the foot into the hand and lengthen it up into the sky. It's nice to do this too when you've got something to hold on to. Bringing yourself back in, releasing the leg. We'll head to the other side. So, we'll be holding on to the other foot. Taking that stretch. I'm going to do this on balance today. So I'm not going to be holding on to anything. Always an option for you as well. This quad feels a little bit tighter. If you'd like to go into that dancer position, you just flip your grip. If you've got something, go ahead and hold on to it. If you're doing the balance, Arm can reach up into the sky. You kick the foot into the hand. And then when you can't kick anymore is when you get to reach forward and tilt. Bring yourself back up. And release. So, when you are coming into your Shavasana today, you do have the option to do legs up on your chair. My chair is a little bit too tall, so if I was coming into my Shavasana, I would possibly pull in something that's a little bit lower, an ottoman, or jump on my couch. And you would lay down, bring your feet up onto it, and then lay on your back. This allows the weight of the femurs to really drop down into your hips. Allow that low back to release. This is also a modified inversion. So you're always welcome to do the legs up the wall as well, both legs straight up the wall if you'd rather. This is a little bit easier on our hamstrings. So this is more of a restorative posture, really good for the nervous system. Once you're comfortable, you can just take a moment to close the eyes. Come into the breath full and deep. Allowing everything to slow down for a moment. Your breath slows. Your heart rate slows. Your mind slows. Feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. Namaste.